Nine Cats, a song that, what, it's almost a decade old?
Almost a decade old, yeah.
I should tell people Stephen had to read the lyrics.
I know. Didn't write those.
You didn't look at them that much.
No, I didn't look at them that much.
Well, people always, obviously people talk to you about how to place these albums in the great sphere of things. One thing I will say about this record is that I was really surprised how well these songs hold up in this stripped-down acoustic version. They really hold up well. But this album, I can only speak for Stupid Dream, is the kind of album from when people used to sit and an evening's entertainment was listening to an album, as opposed to putting it on and doing something else.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's spot on. I mean, that's always been my ambition, is to make records that have that kind of depth to them, that you can listen to them over and over again, and you really feel like you've been on some kind of journey when you've been from the beginning to the end of the album. And it's not the kind of thing you can just dip in and check out the latest single. I mean, they really are conceived as, albums as opposed to just a set of songs. And I don't think enough bands do that these days. I mean, we get a lot of comparisons with sort of 70s bands, and I think rather than the actual musical style itself, I think it tends to be more relating to that kind of ambition in the sort of scale of the album and the scope of the album that people tends to remind people of the kind of 70s era, because I don't think people have done that for a couple of decades now.
True, and the only people I can think of, I mean, the Radiohead album certainly had that kind of reaction, people with that.
Of course.
But let me encourage folks to, as nice as it is to hear these songs stripped down like this, you really should spend some time with the album to get a chance. Now, what about those earlier albums? Are they available as imports, or are they available here in the States?
We're selling them at the shows, and a lot of people obviously are buying them at the shows, which kind of suggests to me that they are quite tough to get here.
Yeah.
So all I can suggest is, if people do want to get hold of those albums, the best place at the moment is just to come along to one of our shows.
Cool. Look for them in your town.
Yeah.
Porcupine Tree. Stephen, who else is playing today?
We got Chris, the drummer, and Colin, the bass player, and Richard, the keyboard player, is AWOL.
Porcupine Tree. Thanks a lot for coming by.
Pleasure.
Be back in a moment here in the World Cafe.